Hello, YouTube friends. This is Richard Mabey, and welcome to the Little Opie Show. Say hello to your fans, Opie. Hi, fans. so, how are you doing, huh? I'm doing pretty good. So, how are you and your little brother your big brother getting along? I'm gonna beat him up. yeah. So anyway, you're very, very popular. With the just ouch. Normally he's not. Here, look at the camera. Look at the camera and talk to your fans. I'm going to let you go, all right? And you can go watch the birdies and the squirrels. Welcome, YouTube friends. This is a show I've been meaning to do for quite a while now. And so I've been putting it off, deciding whether or not to do this show with this theme, but I'm going to do this theme. My theme is the dog is close. My theme is the Scouting Journal, which was the official newsletter of Boy Scout Troop 170, and I had the high honor to be the advisor for the Scouting Journal. We started around 1980. I was at the time, 1980, I was about 26 years old or so. But anyway, here is one of the issues at random. I put them in these nice plastic folders, keeps them nice. I love doing this. This is great. This was the Christmas issue of 1982, or the holiday issue, the December issue of 1982. Here on the top, Merry Christmas, and then Happy Hanukkah. And then throughout now, I need to footnote, this was 100% written, laid out, set up. The boys earned the money to have the paper photocopied. It's totally 100%. The Scouts put this publication. I just had the high honor to be their advisor. And throughout the newspaper, the Scout newspaper, Troop 170 newspaper, they would put these little graphics, which I love. They were really great. You'd have a story and you have a little bit of white space, so why not put, some of these graphics up? This is the whole page. Now, in December 1982, the troop went to Stony Point. I'm going to read this one. This is kind of cute. Stony Point Hike by Keith Iger. Oh, quote, "Oh no, we went the wrong way," unquote. Those were the famous last words for some people, but luckily not for the Scouts and their leaders who lost their way, but it wasn't their fault. There were no markers at one point. But thanks to the magnificent leadership of our Scoutmaster, Richard Mabey Sr., my dad, we finished the hike. It was really lots of fun and very tiresome from all the obstacles and trying to find the way. We had also visited a zoo and crossed a very tall bridge. Little fun things that they had along the way. I forgot about the zoo. It's nice to have this. It triggers the memory. I forgot all about that. We took the Scouts to a zoo up there. Let's see. Stony Point compositions. Out of all the compositions written for the Stony Point hike, the staff has chosen 4 to be published in the Scouting Journal. These 4 were chosen at the last meeting of the staff as representative of the articles that came in. They are printed throughout this issue. Huh, that's kind of neat. Let me see. So we got the 1. That's kind of cute. Here it is, Stony Point Hike number 2, article number 2. Stony Point Hike by Henry McCallum. My day on the trail at Stony Point was very interesting. I enjoyed the incredible scenery. The variety of plant life on the hike was incredible. I regretted that I forgot my field book on plants and trees, but I still recognized many types of flora. To my surprise, I didn't encounter many types of animals. I did see a group of deer and a couple of squirrels. Oh, and about 80 sparrows. That's kind of nice. When we reached a summit overlooking the river, we saw a group of 3 helicopters on maneuvers or so, it seemed. The only thing that truly bothered me was the idea of a nuclear plant parallel to our course. Oh, it's amazing. It just sparks your memory. But now, back to the good stuff. When we entered Bear Mountain State Park and went to the museum and animal park, my patrol decided we wanted the horned owl that was there to be our patrol mascot. I myself am really into birds. I love the owls and other birds of prey. That's kind of nice. Let's see if we got any more of these. Oh, another Stony Point. Stony Point by Mark J. Pohan. Hiking helps men and women learn more about their surrounding area's geography. The people in that area find out, when they can take the hike, of course, about the rocks, minerals, and soil in the area of the hike vicinity. Now you see Henry was interested in the birds and the plants. And here we have Mark has this interest in rock collecting and the minerals. You know, it's interesting. You know, I never really thought about it until now. Like each scout, you know, is sort of like looking for their little specialty, you know. The people learn more about the biology when they're on the hike. They see many trees, bushes, shrubs, vines, and plants. When they see these things, they learn whether or not they bear berries or if this or that grows in the cracks of rocks, or what trees can stand high altitudes, or if this plant can live or can't live with this or that animal. In other words, they learn a lot about biology. Interesting take. I mean, this is the 3rd article. Now, our first article, Keith, he was sort of focused on that the markers on a stretch of the hike were missing. So there must have been a fork in the road, and you know, it didn't tell you whether to go left or right. And then Henry was kind of, you know, interested in the birds and the owl. And then here we have Mark, who's more interested in the biology, plus the minerals and the rocks. Very interesting. The people also learn more about zoology. When the people take the hike, they see some animals such as birds, hawks, robins, blue jays, cardinals, goldfinches, owls, and other such birds. That owl must have been a big thing on the hike. They also see squirrels, turtles, chipmunks, foxes, rabbits, badgers, moles, field mice, wolverines, and other animals. They also see things such as fish, snakes, eels, lizards, salamanders, newts, frogs, crickets, and grasshoppers. That's kind of nice. Also, when the people take hikes in different parts of the country, they learn more about that area. When people take hikes, they walk, and when they do that, the leg muscles stretch and get exercise and become physically fit. Now, another interesting perspective. You know, he's not saying like, in general, you know, it's good for your health. He's very specific that the muscles in the legs get to stretch. People just take hikes for the enjoyment of nature and life. It was nice. We have here Stony Point by Matthew Gorley. The hike means so much to America because most of the American battles in American history were fought in the trail at Stony Point, New York. Now, here's another interesting perspective. Matthew's focusing on the battles, the heritage, the Revolutionary War battles. Mark, the rocks and the minerals and the biology and that kind of thing. And we had Henry with the birds, specifically the owl. He was kind of, enchanted with the owl. And then we had in the front, we had Keith, who was focused on the fork in the road, wasn't marked. It's like that thing with the elephant, the one fella's feeling the trunk, and the other fella's feeling the tail, and then the other fella's feeling one of the legs, and the other fella's, rubbing the side of the elephant. Where was I now? It was also a turning point in the Revolutionary War in July of 1779. If the British had won at Saratoga, New York, and Stony Point, we would not be the United States of America that we are today. It's kind of like a forecast, It's like, hey, we had to win that one, Stony Point. While I hiked the trail, I felt patriotic that I am hiking on the same trail that was used by American soldiers fighting for their non-existing country 203 years ago. And I feel great on having to say that I was on the trail. Now, in conclusion, I'd like to thank you all at Stony Point, all the planners of the trail. Now, here's an interesting perspective. Matthew's thanking the planners of the trail that laid out the trail. And here we have in the... It's just total... Keith is saying, hey, look, it came to a fork in the road. You didn't mark it. Oh, this is nice. Where was I now? The people who restored it. And the people who opened this hike to our troop. I'd like to give a thank you from all the boys in the troop and our Scoutmaster Richard Mabey Sr. And once again, thank you, all the scout leaders. That was kind of nice. Matthew ended on a nice little note, high note, as the other boys did. It was very nice. Kind of sparked my memory. I had forgotten we took them to the zoo. Then there was it was like the zoo and then a museum, where they had this, I don't say stuff, taxidermy of different birds. Just sparked my memory. Oh, this is kind of neat. There's a cartoon. The scout actually drew these, thought this out, and drew this cartoon called Scout's Honor. Just did it on his own. Robert Latch. And here it is here. Scout's Honor. It was pretty clever. And it says in the first block, hey, listen, the bears stopped eating our food. In the second block, it says, yeah, but that's the least of our troubles. And the other scout says, why? And then in the next block, it says, he's eating our tent. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Pretty clever. I'll be right back. Be right back. Hi, folks. I'm back. Ta-da! Hi, folks. Opie wanted to go inside, so I opened the door for him to get from the porch inside the house, and then he wanted to come back out. So here he is now. You want to just there was that doggy. That doggy scared you before, didn't it? Huh? There was a dog barking. I don't know if you could hear it on the film, but there was a dog barking before. Pops isn't going to let anything hurt you. Pops isn't never going to let a doggy or a big cat or anything hurt you ever. Okay. You're going to get down? Okay. No, get down. Okay. Oh, scouting journal. Oh, here is the actual medal. Picture of the medal the scouts got. And Henry included that in his article. We used to sell ads. Here's Candy Castle. I actually did another video on Candy Castle because they were one of the first advertisers in Scouting Journal. And then when I started Lincoln Park Journal in 1987, Candy Castle continued to advertise in Lincoln Park Journal. So that was kind of nice. So what you can do is look on my list of vlogs, films, and find the one on Candy Castle. You might be able to do it if you put Richard Mabey, search Richard Mabey Candy Castle. It'll probably pop up. And then we had the local Rent-A-Wreck. I don't know if they're still in business, Rent-A-Wreck. What it was like kind of like Hertz or Enterprise, but they were they were cars that were kind of they were a little beat up. And then the bake shop. This was the one on Colney Road. They're out of business, the bake shop. Rent-A-Wreck's out of business. The bake shop's out of business. Candy Castle's out of business. And we had Bell Floor, and they were on Main Street. And they're out of business. Oh, got some point. Oh, there's another Stony Point story. Oh, this is great. The Stony Point Trail by Brian Pearson. This trail was very different from the others that I've hiked. I thought about what makes it. I thought about what it must have been like for the American soldiers of 1776. There were hallways of stone, streams with some fish, and cliffs overlooking the river. You know, it's amazing. Now, this is our fifth story. There was supposed to be four, but I guess we put in five that issue. But, you know, here is Brian focusing on the cliffs. You know, this is like I think this was like in the Palisades area. On one of these cliffs, we saw 3 helicopters flying over us and to the base. We also saw Bear Mountain Bridge at about a mile from the cliff. It was a better sight when we were on the bridge. What I thought was most interesting was the zoo. Pops is doing a show. Pops, we talked about this. You can stay here, but don't. That's good. Good boy. Good boy. That's why Pops has this little table here for you. Okay? I got a little table by my table, you know. I love you. Pops loves you. Yeah, Pops loves you. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Okay, good boy. Here, let me move this. My bottle of water here. Here, I got to get the little paper here because I'm reading the folks a story. Okay, I love you. You're a good boy. I love you. Let me see if I can get through this. Don't hit the camera. Okay, you sit there. That's good boy. Where was I now? What was most interesting was the zoo. Although we didn't stay very long, we did get to see everything. I like the different types of birds, like the horned owl. Again, you know, Brian, as was Henry, intrigued by the horned owl, and all kinds of domestic birds. We also saw some deer and all kinds of wild animals, except for the other hikers that were coming up the trail. The only thing I really didn't like going down the hills because I kept slipping on all the wet leaves. It's very interesting that each scout had such a vast, different perspective and focus on the hike. But I really didn't get hurt. After a while, I was a little more careful when I put my feet down. Where I stepped in mud when I stepped in mud, holes, and streams. But at any rate, I kept dry. I enjoyed this trail a lot because I enjoy hiking, and I do it as often as I can. Now now Brian included some photos or drawings of, here's a Stony Point Battlefield Museum. And this is the Trailside Museum at Fort Clinton. That's there. Hold on. Opie wants to get back inside. Hold on, please. And here's Floyd. Hi, Floyd. Floyd. You don't get to be on the show much. Say hello to the fans. Floyd. Say hello to the fans. Hey, Floyd. Floyd. Say hello to the fans. Say hi, fans. How you doing today, Floyd, huh? Doing good, huh? You're going to be on YouTube. You're going to be a big star like your brother. Yeah, you're going to be a big star like your brother, huh? Yeah. You want to be a big star, huh? Floyd. Floyd. Oh, someone's jealous. Boy, I'll tell you. Two good cats here, huh? Yeah? Got two good cats here, right? Opie, say hello. Opie. Hey, Opie. Opie, say hello to your fans. Say hello to your fans. Opie. Opie. Hey, Opie. Opie. Say hello to your fans. Hey, Floyd. Floyd. Hey, Floyd. 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 Opie. Oh, you guys are too much, huh? Okay. Pop's got to get back to the show. Well, folks, for obvious reasons, I'm going to close the show standing up. What can you do? So they are cute. So I'm going to switch the camera around and do an official close here. Well, YouTube friends, this closes another episode of Richard Mabey Presents, and it was fun taking a look at an issue of the old Scouting Journal, and for obviously reasons, I'm going to be closing standing up. Got the my official Boy Scout Troop 170 hat, dug it out from my closet. So this is Richard Mabey closing. Stay strong, stay happy, stay healthy. Take good care.